Hi, I'm Caroline Hillyard. I'm a forensic accountant, not your typical accountant. I'm a senior manager with Grant Thornton's Forensic and Dispute Resolution Group. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is occupational fraud. And that's fraud that's internal to an organization. So it could be perpetrated by anybody within the walls of your business, an employee, a manager, supervisor, really, it could be anybody. According to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, there are three main types of occupational fraud: asset misappropriation, financial statement fraud, and corruption. And when you think about asset misappropriation, it's understandable that it's one of the main ways to commit a fraud. An employee could easily steal cash or inventory and walk out of your business at the end of the day with that. I wanted to talk to you about three key things to help you protect yourself and your organization from fraud. The first one is implementing a whistleblower hotline in your organization. What we found is that tips are still the #1 way that fraud is being detected. According to the ACFE, 40% of frauds that were in their 2018 survey were detected by a tip of some sort. So having a whistleblower hotline in place, it's a no-brainer. It just helps protect you and your organization. And this gets me to my second point, which is fraud awareness training. So making sure that your employees are aware of fraud and the red flags of fraud. Create a tone in your organization that it's okay to talk about fraud. Make them aware of the red flags of fraud. And then they can talk about these things, and they have a mechanism to report anything that could take place. And then the final piece that I want to talk to you about is doing a fraud risk assessment in your organization. And it doesn't have to be overly complex, just sort of, you could take a phased approach, looking at where you're most susceptible to fraud, where your fraud risks are, and then mapping them to your internal controls to see at the end of the day where you still have gaps that need to be fixed, remediated, so that you can sleep at night and know that you're protected from fraud.